What's up, guys? My name is Jeremy Fuhst. Today we're talking about the top 5 reasons to move to Arizona. Let's get into it. Waste no time.
Welcome to Phoenix, Arizona, the YouTube channel brought to you to bring you everything you need to know about moving or living in Phoenix, Arizona.
What's up, guys? My name is Jeremy Fuhst. I own a real estate company called Impact Real Estate. Obviously, I'm here to help anyone who is looking to make a move to Arizona. I am a native. I've been here my entire life, and so I'm very passionate about Arizona and what it brings to the table, and I feel like there are very few states who can compete. So let's dive into the top 5 reasons why I think that Arizona sets itself apart from anywhere else in the country. Let's start with weather. Hard to beat the weather in Arizona. We're talking year-round, able to drive your motorcycle. Year-round, able to go take walks with your family around your neighborhood. Year-round, able to play sports for the young ones. We don't have to deal with blistering colds and snowing and shoveling your driveways. Now, when we get to summer, yes, it's going to be hot. That's not new news to anybody. It is hot here in summer. But once you get established, you figure out ways to stay cool. The majority of homes here have pools, so you're in the pool all the time. You go to the Salt River and you can go tubing and the water feels amazing. You stay indoors. You need air conditioning inside your house and you crank that thing down so you can enjoy your home during the blistering hot. But that only lasts for about 3 months. About June, July, and August, we'll see temperatures well above 100, 110, reaching 120 sometimes consistently. But the majority of the months, we're sitting at 70, 80 degrees. The coldest we'll get, we might drop down to the low 30s a few times a year. But in the coldest months of the year, we're hovering around a 40-degree nighttime temperature with a high in the high 50s to low 60s. The weather is unbeatable. You can't match it anywhere else. And you can enjoy being outside the majority of the time when you're here in Arizona. Reason number 2, the landscape. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to people who have moved here from out of state who have said they've never seen a cactus, that they've never seen a palm tree. We're surrounded by desert, which is beautiful, with mountains that the sun will bounce off of in the afternoons, and it's gorgeous. I personally live in what's called the East Valley. I live in East Mesa, and we have Superstition Mountain very close to us. You can see it as I'm driving home, and it's one of the most well-known mountains here in Central Phoenix, and it's beautiful. And if you just pan across the entire state, or if you pan across the entire area of Metro Phoenix, all you see is mountains. And you drive out there and all you see is cactus and different sorts of landscape that support a desert climate. And it's really, really beautiful. Obviously, I'm very used to it, and so I love it, right? I love it. But when you see it for the first time, it shocks a lot of people who have never been here before. And we have incredible hiking trails, incredible hiking activity. If you go out to Scottsdale, you have Camelback Mountain, one of the most sought after hiking spots here in Metro Phoenix. Camelback Mountain, it's in Scottsdale. It's a very quick hike, it takes maybe about an hour, but it's very intense. The vertical is very steep. But you can go to all different sorts of locations, and we're about 2 hours away from literally being in a different climate and being in the woods and being in the forest and having experiences hiking through a different sort of landscape with pine trees or cottonwoods. We're very close to certain different types of landscapes. Number 3 is going to be real estate growth and job growth. Now, real estate in Arizona has been one of the biggest booms in the country. It is very competitive here because of a lot of major businesses are opening up here. And we're seeing a lot of influx. We see a lot of retired folks move here because of the weather. We have what's called snowbirds, people who will come here during the nice months, then leave during the hot months. But if you buy a home here, appreciation is a real thing. It's very competitive. And so if you were to make a move, and if you were to move into a desirable area, if you move into cities like Buckeye, Gilbert, Chandler, Tempe, Peoria, some parts of Phoenix, Mesa, Queen Creek, Santan Valley. There's a lot of cities where appreciation is incredible. And there's been plenty of people who bought a home a few years ago and now currently have hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity. And so if you want a safe investment, you move into a state where you feel comfortable purchasing a house. Arizona is one of the strongest real estate markets in the country. You know, when we were going through a lot of our housing problems over the last few years with supply and and demand, Arizona was kind of kept in its own little category because of how different the market is here. It's extremely competitive in the current climate. And this is in 2023, April of 2023. So if you see this in a few years, unsure what it's going to look like there, but it's a safe bet that appreciation is going to continue going up regardless of what happens with anything else, because we just don't have the supply. And so if you're looking for a safe investment, the house that you move to next, if you're looking to make sure your money is well invested into real estate, your personal home where your family's going to grow up, Arizona is a very strong real estate market. And if you look at the job growth here, it's incredible. We have a lot of different major companies that house out of Arizona and big companies that are putting new supply plants here and creating jobs here. Now, one of my all-time favorites is sports and outdoor activities. Now, I don't know if you know or if you're a baseball fan, but we are the king of spring training. We have 10 different stadiums with 15 different MLB teams that play through them. We have the Diamondbacks, the Cubs, the White Sox, the Reds, the Guardians, the Rockies, the Royals, the Angels, the Dodgers, the Brewers, the A's, the Padres, the Giants, the Mariners, and the Rangers. And so if you come here in spring and you have a desire to go watch some baseball, spring training here is phenomenal. And the stadiums are spread all throughout Metro Phoenix area, from the East Valley to the West Valley, north, south. They're all over the place, and so they're easily accessible. And if we're talking about football, the Cardinals, we have the Suns, we have the Coyotes, we have the Diamondbacks. And then we talk about the outdoor activities we can go do that I already briefly went over. But the hiking that's available, the kayaking, the rivers, the ability to drive 2.5 hours to get to snowboarding. What is accessible here is incredible. Anything that you want to go do, it's within a driving distance. And it's super hard to beat. Arizona is just incredible for if you're thinking about spring or fall when it's super nice outside. The things that are available to us, especially spring training, man, that is such a good time. Such a good time. And the tickets are cheap, the beers are cheap, the food is cheap. It's just a great time for you and the family. You can go sit in the lawn. We're talking, it's through March, and so the temperatures are low 80s, mid 70s. Just an incredible time. And last but not least, the location of Arizona. I've briefly already discussed what we have accessible to us, all within a driving distance. But we can get to a beach in San Diego in 5.5 hours. We can get to Disneyland in 6 hours. We can get to Las Vegas in 4.5 hours. We can get to Colorado in about 5 hours. If you want to go down to Mexico, Rocky Point, we're about a 3 to 3.5 hour drive there. You can go up north to Flagstaff, 2.5 hour drive, where the elevation is significantly different and they get snowfall. We can go into New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, right next to us in about 5 hours. The accessibility of where we are, we have rivers that run through us. We have lakes that you can go and boat. Boating is a big thing here, and fishing is a big thing here. Golfing, giant thing here. If you're a golfer, this is the spot. This is why there's a lot of retirement here. We have a lot of retirement communities with golf courses inside. I personally live on a golf course. It's my backyard. Golfing is a big deal. Golfing's fun. But when we talk about the location of where Arizona sits, we have access to so many incredible things all within driving distance. If you're coming from the Midwest, that might not be a luxury for you. And so when we think about where is Arizona in relationship to incredible things to do, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. So when we think about, if we wrap this video up and we think about what does Arizona bring to the table, the better question is, what doesn't Arizona bring to the table? It's an incredible place to live. I'm obviously biased because I've been here my entire life. I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate about helping new people buy homes here in Arizona and show them around and give them restaurant recommendations and the good spots to hang out and the parks to hit with the family and things of that nature, because I just know it like the back of my hand. But it's very difficult to beat the luxuries that Arizona brings to the table. And that's why we just see a ton of people flocking here, not a lot of people leaving. And I couldn't recommend living in Arizona more. All right, guys, that wraps up this video of the 5 reasons to move to Arizona. Again, my name is Jeremy Fuhst. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I am a local real estate agent, and I own a team called Impact Real Estate where we sell hundreds of homes every single year. And if you have any questions about moving here, what the market is like here, if you need to talk to a mortgage professional, whatever you need, even if you already live here and you need an electrician, a plumber, a yard guy, a pest guy, anybody, I'm here to help. I'm here to serve in any way I possibly can. My name is Jeremy Fuhst. I hope you have an incredible day, and I'll see you soon.